What's up, guys? Sid's Autograph site here. Doing another thrift shop haul video. I actually went to the thrift store the other day, the same day that Mr. Kelvin ML went, and I was going to do a video. I was all excited, all pumped, because I got some pretty neat shit, but he totally blew me out of the water and spent like less than $5 doing it. All this stuff was a lot more than $5. I think I spent $20, $25 or something like that on all this. So I decided to wait a little bit, before I posted my video. But Kelvin, awesome stuff, man. But anyway, went to Wichita today, considering because where I live at in Oklahoma, I'm a little closer to Wichita. Before I was over 2 hours away, now I'm 45, 50 minutes away. So I went down to Wichita the other day, and was it Thursday? And I got some neat stuff. Paid a little bit more for it because thrift stores in Wichita are higher priced, but still managed to get some neat things and not pay a whole heck of a lot. I went to 5 thrift stores, 3 Goodwills, 1 Salvation Army, and 1 D.A.V, Disabled American Veterans thrift store. So let's see, the last store was a Goodwill, didn't get shit. Just a waste of time. The 4th store I went to was a Goodwill, and they were really crappy, but I did manage to pick up this book here. This is Space Monsters from Movies, TV, and Books by Seymour Simon. It's from the Eerie series. It's an ex-library book. There's my receipt. Paid $1 for this. The other titles in the Eerie series: Ghosts, Meet the Werewolf, and Movie Monsters, which I used to have that. I don't know if I still do. But this is copyright 1977. It's a second printing. And it's got photos from different horror movies of the 50s. There's possibly some 60s in here. And there's Star Trek, Leonard Nimoy. I usually have good success selling these on eBay. This Island Earth classic film there, love it. 20 Million Miles to Earth. Awesome. But like I said, I usually have good success on these types of kids' books of monster movies and sci-fi movies. So I picked this up. And if I don't sell it, cool, it'll stay in my collection because I like these books too. But a neat book for $1. Can't beat that. So there's that. The 3rd store I went to was the Salvation Army store. And this is the stuff I got from there. Okay, we'll start with this. This is the North American Almanac from 1931. It's a hardcover book. Calls itself the Aristocrat of Almanacs. The binding is not very good, as you can see, but it's still actually pretty tight. It's just the top part of the binding, the spine. It's got a book plate of a former owner, but just really cool. An almanac from 1931. It's going to be really interesting to look at. Always buy really old books when I can find them cheap, because you just never know what sells on eBay. And plus, this is just interesting. So if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, I'll keep it. No big deal. But gives you a glimpse into what life was like back in 1931. So really neat. Next. Oh, I paid $1 for that. All books unless marked were $1, well, 99 cents. So Picked up this. This is my first Steve Berry pickup. Only picked it up because it was $1. Because I have like 7 or 8 book plates from him. So I wanted to start getting some books so I could put the book plates in. I found a bunch of books from a bunch of other authors' book plates that I had, but they were like $2 or more, and I'm really, really cheap. So I'll keep on the lookout down here in my area where I live, where the books and stuff are cheaper. But anyway, I picked up this first Steve Berry book. This is the Paris Vendetta. Nice hardcover, and it's in great shape. Put my book plate in right there. So very cool. So I got that for $1, and the Almanac was $1. Can you believe that? They didn't mark this book. They didn't want any more for that book. So really crazy. I'll show you what books here I got that they actually wanted more for. And here's one of them here. This is Out of This World. I mean, it might just be worth more than I paid, but got a little book plate from a previous owner there. I paid $1.99. Why? Because it's old. See that? Old. Well, I think a book from 1931 is pretty old. It's got a description from a former owner to somebody else, not famous. Copyright 1950. And this book is To His Holiness, the Dalai Lama and the People of Tibet. Now, I normally have pretty good selling books about India and yogis and all that kind of Hindu stuff. And normally I have pretty good success. So it's got some color photos in here. So that's the reason why I picked up this book. I have good success with these kind of books on eBay. It's got tons of photographs in it too, which was another reason that sealed the deal. It's got a lot of photographs. I never heard of this book before. So I'm thinking it might be rare. So obviously this one is a to be continued. We'll see how well this does on eBay. So there's that. Now this world paid $1.99. Next I got Unto Thee I Grant. Paid $1.49. Nice looking little hardcover book. Chief Lama or Abbot. Right there. Another Indian type book, Hindu. And this is published by the Rosicrucian Fellowship, which I've had very good success selling books from them before. Looks like 31st edition, April 1977. But it's some kind of weird book on their religion. Got some photographs, some drawings. Like I said, I've had good success with this type of books before. So, to be continued. Next, this is Judy Rodham, The Queen of Wands. It's a signed book, $1.99 signed. Dated September 16th, 1994. It's made out to Annie in the Flow, Judy Rodham. She is a pretty well-known poet, written numerous books, and she is also a lesbian. So if you Wikipedia her, you can find out. 1982, and she is a lesbian poet. Actually, real quick. I'll Google her over here real quick. She's an American poet. Her work focuses on the feminist and lesbian experience. She even has an award named after her, Judy Rodham Award for lesbian nonfiction. She joined the United States Air Force. 21, she was discharged in a less than honorable manner, she stated, for being a lesbian. She would move to the West Coast, where she would become active in the feminist poetry movement of the 70s. Yeah, she's written a bunch of books. So, pretty interesting life. So, definitely happy to add this one to my collection. Judy Rodham. There she is right there. Alright, then we have A Bridge to Light. Paid $1.29. This is a book on and about Freemasonry. It's illustrated. This is a book, I think, for a specific lodge, I think they call it. But these books, I've been noticing on eBay, are pretty popular. So a really nice book, put together well. So to be continued on that. Next is American War of Independence. This is a book for model war gamers. I don't know if anybody's a fan of that out there. It gives you different strategies and stuff. There's some pictures of the different little toy soldiers and stuff. Some nice group shots there. But vintage books talking about wargaming sell pretty well on eBay. So I'll pick this one up. It says Wargamer's Handbook of the American War of Independence by Donald Featherstone. This is first edition, 1977. I believe it looks like it's published in England. So this book should sell pretty well, to be continued. Next, I picked up my second Brian Wildsmith's book. This is ABC. You saw the other day I sold, not an autograph, just a description from a previous owner. The other day you saw a book I had, and it was an ex-library copy, sold for $5. So when I saw another one of his works, picked this up. This one's a first edition. Only problem is the first page has a nice rip, which I will attempt to fix as cleanly as possible. But first printing, 1962. So this one should do pretty well. I paid $1 for it. Last but not least, I think. Yeah, last but not least, For What It's Worth, Volume 4. It's RC Modeler Magazine, a collection of handy hints for the RC enthusiast, drawn from What It's Worth feature, plus selected how-to reprints from the magazine, compiled by subject categories. Paid $1 for this. Don't know what it's going to do, but it is old. Can't see a date on it anywhere. There it is, 1977. So we'll see what this does. To be continued. Alright, so that was Salvation Army. That was the third store. The fourth store was the D.A.V. This is what I got from there. This is the Big Play. Exciting and dramatic plays from big games of the NFL that made or broke champions. This is from the Punt, Pass, and Kick Library. Nice vintage children's book, paid 95 cents. Illustrated, 1965. So, neat book. Got a lot of great photographs in here. Eddie the Baron, Cowboys quarterback. Never heard of that guy. Tommy McDonald. So, cool book. Nice one to add to my library. My sports library. Hopalong Cassidy. Alright. Jim Doran. Doak Walker. Heard of him. That's pretty cool. Now on to the signed books. Do this one first. This is Forever Blue. Paid 95 cents. Again, it's those crayon price tags where I can just rub it right off. No problems. This is by William David Myers, as told to Janet Warford Perry. It's the story of a young man who left a small town in northeast Oklahoma and ended up working the streets of L.A. as a cop. Feel the stress and pain as he goes to the academy, as well as the joy and pride as he accepts his first assignment working 77th Division in Watts, one of the toughest places in the United States at the time. Set during the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Alright, so pretty cool. Signed and inscribed. To Joe, I hope you enjoy my story as much as I enjoyed living it. Bill Myers, Forever Blue. Really cool. Young officer works his way through patrol, vice, metro division, and later becomes a member of one of the first SWAT teams in the U.S., involved in some of the riots and shootouts that made front-page news throughout the nation, the most notorious being the SLA shooting in 1974. This book points to the persons most likely to have committed a gangland-style execution of a young 77th Division off-duty police officer. It is a crime that remains unsolved today. So, very cool. Got some photographs. It's a really cool book. Very interesting, I thought. Not normally a book I would pick up, but I'm starting to get into more of the history type autographs and the lesser known, but like heroes, ordinary heroes, I guess you would say, kind of autographs. So, nice, interesting book, signed and inscribed right there. Very cool. Let's see. Next, we'll do this one. This is Tom Hopkins, The Official Guide to Success. Signed and inscribed right there, paid 95 cents. To Philip, all the best, Tom Hopkins. One of the best salesmen, I guess, ever. He won the Los Angeles Sales and Marketing Institute's Sammy Award at age 21, making his first million at age 27, becoming the nation's leading real estate trainer at age 30. He wrote the sensational How to Master the Art of Selling at age 35. And became a bestseller and achieving international recognition at age 37 as the world's leading general sales trainer. The book has an introduction by Norman Vincent Peale. That's a big signature there. But really neat book by one of the greatest salesmen of our time. So very cool. And last one from the D.A.V. Well, no, the record albums. I don't want to forget the record albums, too. I got these records from there, too. But the last signed book that I paid $1 for is Being Married Happily Forever. 22 Secrets, 12 Strategies, and 8 Compromises by Tova Borgnine. Tova Borgnine is the wife of famous actor Ernest Borgnine. And this one is book-plated and signed. Love, Tova. And I believe this makes my first husband and wife autograph, because I do have Ernest Borgnine's on a 3x5 card. So very cool. Tova has the best-selling cosmetics perfume line ever on QVC. I believe her stuff's still being sold on there as we speak. With the same determination and spirit that she has brought to this relationship of her and Ernest Borgnine, she has built the multi-million-dollar company that bears her name, the most popular cosmetic celebrity on the country's premier television shopping network, QVC. So very cool, very successful businesswoman. So a neat addition there. Now on to the records. These were all $1 a piece. Actually, I forgot this one. This one was at the Salvation Army. I totally forgot this one. This is album number 1, Walk, Talk, and Sing, the Foggy River Boys. There were 2 incarnations of this group from the 40s and the 50s. I believe this one is from the 50s, but it's signed by the whole group. They do have a Wikipedia about them if you want to check them out. But I paid $1 for this. So very cool. Alright, but back to the D.A.V. These 3 were $1. Start with this one from Sugar Hill Records. This is 1981. This is It's Nasty. Genius of Love, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. Some awesome 12-inch. Grew up with these guys. I was huge into rap when I was growing up and in high school. So very, very cool pickup there. Then I got this one here. This is Volume 3, Disney's Children's Favorites, 27 Best Loved Songs. This is from 1986, and guys, it is still sealed. It has not been opened yet. Still has the plastic wrapper on it. Still sealed. So to be continued on eBay for that. And the most amazing find of the day, guys. This is Roy Clark, Turn Loose, signed. Now before I bought this, because I was like freaking out, I was like, yes. Before I bought this, I did go on my phone on eBay. Nice to have a phone with the eBay app. And I searched out examples of this record to see if possibly, because it really didn't look like it was part of the album. And the albums that were released did not have this. And I checked examples of the signature, and this is dead on authentic. My Best, Roy Clark, signed. This is a 1982 album. One of the most famous country singers and country stars of all time, Roy Clark, was on the TV show Hee Haw. I think the Rabbits run on television. Country Music Hall of Famer. Signed album, My Best, Roy Clark. Best find of the day for sure. There's a couple other decent finds, but that took the cake right there, guys. Very happy to find that. Now on to the last store, which was a Goodwill. This was the first store that I hit, and I found some good books there. First up, The Pro Game: The World of Professional Basketball. It's a pretty neat old hardcover book. Published 1975. Beautifully illustrated with color and black and white photos. All the greats of the game are in here. Just a really cool book. Very happy to add this to the sports library. Very nice pickup. Now we'll get to the signed books. First up we have Willie Julie. best-selling author of It Only Takes a Minute to Change Your Life. This is another book he wrote. A setback is a setup for a comeback. Very famous author and motivational speaker. Signed and inscribed right there on the first page. To Tyler and Sharon, such a pleasure to meet you. Continue to live your dreams. Willie Julie. So very, very cool. Happy to add that to the collection. He's a guest columnist with Black Enterprise magazine. He hosts the syndicated radio show The Magnificent Motivational Minute and the national television show It Only Takes a Minute, which can be seen on the Success Channel and PBS. He's won numerous awards as well. So, happy to add that to the signed book collection. Next, a couple of really nice ones. This is Zane Savage's favorite person, Mr. Hamloaf, Karl Rove. It's got the signed by the author sticker on it. This is his book, Courage and Consequence, My Life as a Conservative in the Fight. Famous political person. And it is signed right there on the title page. So very cool to find that. And last but not least, the Dole's Unlimited Partners, Bob and Elizabeth Dole. And it's signed right there. This is possibly my second book signed by Bob Dole. And the only reason I say that is because the other one I have right here, dust on it. I haven't really been able to find out if it's actually signed. I'm pretty sure it is, but the only reason I say that is because it looks like right here, just kind of seems like it might be a stamp. I'm just not sure because it's all cut off. He could have had a piece of paper here or something at the time he wrote this part, and it just got on the piece of paper because you can see it's kind of cut off. But the signature, I mean, it doesn't have that at all. And compared with the other one, you know, I don't know. Like I said, just with the inscription being all cut off at the bottom, I just wasn't entirely sure. I mean, this one definitely looks better. So I'm not sure. I could possibly have two Bob Dole signed books. So either way, good day for pickups. Thank you guys for watching, and talk to you later.